And also, Iran is striking the Gulf countries once again in a fresh offensive against its own neighbors. A diplomatic mission of the UAE was targeted in a drone strike in Iraq's Erbil. This comes just hours after Gulf nations voiced their frustration over being targeted unfairly in the ongoing West Asia conflict. The UAE's consulate in Iraq's Kurdish region sustained structural damage during the aerial assault. The attack caused material damage and sparked a fire at the diplomatic facility. After the attack, smoke was seen rising from the compound. These attacks come days after Iran announced it would not target neighbouring countries. The conflicting actions have raised questions about mixed messaging and that is coming from Tehran and possible divisions within the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. And joining us now is India Today's Ashutosh Mishra, who's reporting there from the conflict region. So, Ashutosh, do tell us what exactly is happening there right now, because we see fire coming in from Iran towards countries that are neighbors, and also Iran clearly stating that it's not going to negotiate anymore and not accepting ceasefire.
But eventually that hasn't stopped. Even this morning we have seen the missile alert, and of course clearly we don't see the kind of panic that we are witnessing in other parts of the Middle East because of the ongoing conflict. But moreover, what I'm bringing this story from Ajman, at some 70 kilometers from Dubai, this part of UAE, that during the distress there are multiple people, particularly the Indian community, the way they have come out to address the people's concern. You have seen hundreds or thousands of the stranded people across the globe. I mean, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, these are being largest transit point. So India Today is in Ajman, and what now I'm bringing you these live images of a control room. So the Indian People's Forum, the IPF, the group of the Indian community members who are here based in Dubai, in coordination with the Indian Embassy, they have set up a control room. So essentially from ensuring food transport, MIS, travel tickets, even addressing their grievances in case of the visa or the concerned situation. You have the embassy officials from the Indian Embassy also here working. So the group of these people are ensuring to address the distress calls. And that's exactly why it is very important for the people, those who are setting up the team and the people concerned who are here. That remains a larger challenge, ma'am. Number of people we have seen, the business entity, business community, they all are coming out to offer kind of help. So what exactly this control room is operate as?
So what we are doing is we decided to make like a centralized helpline structure where we are covering all the Emirates of UAE. Plus, we also have state councils as part of our team organization. So we want to make sure that people reach their destinations.
So you can,
the state councils are helping.
By desk, just explain exactly what these concerned desks are doing.
So what we are doing is for the stranded passengers, accommodation became a very big issue. And therefore, we had to make sure that people would stay, not just be able to stay in a safe place. And we had many volunteers come in from our community who offered accommodation free of cost or at very subsidized rate. Food became an issue because then if you're housing people, then their basic needs had to be taken care of, and also their transport from wherever they were staying to the airport or to the places where we have been able to find accommodation for them. We are making sure that all the data is being tracked.
So how many calls they have been receiving so
about
far?
1,600 calls we have received so far. And about 600 people have been sent back safely to India. And of course,
and there is another
all needs, because travel and ticketing, remember all the flights were cancelled and we had like 20,000 stranded passengers. So then for rebooking and then also minute by minute tracking which flights are taking off, which are being cancelled because of the security concerns.
These are our volunteers who are helping Indian Consulate. Okay, and they were
and also manning the helpline there.
Embassy. So what is their primary role, ma'am, here?
So we get distress calls at the consulate. So more than 1,000 calls we have received so far, and many people they're out of visa, they come on a visit visa, and the visa is going to expire, so they are really worried about it. Then flights, many people's flights are getting cancelled. So all this, so what we do is we take up these calls, then we give it to our IPF team, our IPF Karyakartas, and we handle it, whether it is food, transportation, visas, medical. We have a medical team. So many people are stressed out of maybe they have some illness, and if not, mental stress because of the situation.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Anxiety, that's a primary concern. And particularly when the people are stranded, they're saying missiles flying over, they're hearing drones hovering over, and then eventually the explosions. So clearly, we have seen the entrepreneurs, the industry, they're all coming out. Largely, the challenge was remain those who are here should not be facing anxiety because the help is on the way. When you make a distress call, we see the passport visas and what kind of arrangement, because largely people here waste with they have their passport and visa.
The issues what they face currently is that their passports are gone for renewals and they have not received it. So we take a charge on that with consulate to actually hand over the passport at earliest so they can travel. Secondly, the visas which have expired for tourists. So we make sure that there are no penalties because the government has been kind, and all the waivers procedures they can follow up with certain centers.
How many people have been helped so far through this emergency control room?
So we've received almost 1,600 calls till date, and we are attending to each one of them individually and maintaining a detailed Excel sheet of what kind of needs and demands they have. And then we are taking action on that. So far, almost 600 have gone back safely, and many are in the pipeline. As you can see, the team is working literally 24/7 to make sure that they get not just support while they are there, but also put back onto the flight to the destination.
Right,
of
So we are seeing, Anjali, the distress calls and the distress situation all over. This is also need to be sent
Right.
out the message that there are people who are offering help and you need to contact them as and when there is a situation arises. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ashutosh, for that detailed ground report.